Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel where we share all the life through on us on daily basis. Um, I'm here to talk about my experience with the Habitat for Humanity. Yeah, like 2011, I signed up for the Habitat, and I was approved, and they gave me 450 hours that I go to Habitat Restore and work there. I usually go there and work on weekends or my day off. And also, they told me I need to do 1 year of class. It's not everyday class. It's um, every Monday for 2 hours. You go to the class. They teach you how to budget your money. They teach you like stuff how to maintain the house, how to live, how to take care of grass, like stuff like that for the new homeowner. The time I went through the process, to be honest, I just went in like through the motion because I was young, I didn't really care to pay attention. Now think about it, I was like, I wish I paid attention more, like budgeting and stuff. But again, hey, that's what Dave Ramsey for now. But I did the 1 year class, did my 4 hours, my 450 hours, and then I was showed three lands in three different cities. So I choose my land and they start working on my house. My house was built at the time I have two kids and then I gave a birth in the process, my third one. So they built a 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom house. Um, and then I think built took like 8 months because they have to do like volunteer work on your house and stuff like that. So it wasn't like construction company coming and working. So it took 8 months. I moved in, loved it. Oh my God. The day they assigned the keys and I moved in, I couldn't sleep. Oh my God. And when the best part is when they was doing the process, I go there and be like, okay, I'm going to see what they did to the house. They did put the roof. Like it was a really enjoyable journey. I really like it. So I would recommend it for the person that like single mother or a low income family or somebody trying to be a homeowner for the first time. I will highly recommend it. I've been living I lived there for 11 years and I sold my house 2 months ago because it was getting smaller for my family. Now I have 4 kids. It's getting smaller for us, so I sold my house. Now the fun part, I guess, the downside about it, like the mortgage is great because with my house I paid 450 a month, I think, or four something. It was 400. It wasn't 500. I paid that a monthly payment for my mortgage. So when I sold the house, is I think what left was 73,000 left in my house to be paid off. So when I called the realtor, we calculate everything. I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk away with like 55,000. Well, it ended up not being that. The day they waited did not tell me that until day the title company requests the payoff. I was at work. The title company called me. They was like, "Hey, Miss Wool, we just want to let you know the Habitat sent us your payoff." I was like, "Oh, great." So when are we supposed to come and sign the everything? It was like, "But there is two payoff." I'm like, "No, there is one." And they was like, "No, there is two payoff." Mind you, they send us like a statement every month and we see the balance. There was like, "There's one for 73 and 73,000." I was like, "Yep, that's the one." And there was something for 35,000. I'm like, no, they might make mistake. I called them and they was like, no, 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 no. The deal was for you to live in this house for 30 years, and the 35,000 is they put on the side. If you live there for 30 years, they forgiving loan. If you move before your 30 years, you have to pay us back that money. Like I told you, I did not know about that at all. I was like, well, what they told me was After you live in the house for 5 years, you're allowed to sell it. But before 5 years, you're not allowed to sell the house. One. Two, they told me that I think they call it forgivable loans. That $35,000 after you hit 5 years mark, it would go away. So that's what I swear that's what they told me, and I have paper to prove it from when we moved in. They was like, no, the law has changed. What I was like, what changed? It was like every year after 5 years mark, every year you stay in the house, they take $1,000 off. Mine is $30,000. So even if I live there for a long time, it's still going. They forgive you. They forgive every year. They forgive $1,000. They forgive, so they take it off every year. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It was like, yeah, you have to pay it, or like it's gonna be a problem. At that point, the people that put an offer in our house excited to move in. We excited to move out. It was too late. Even if we tried to change our mind, like we don't want to sell the house, I'm sure we would get sued by somebody, either title company, because they put all the paper together, and it was like the day before we signed the paper. So it was, let me tell you, I cry. I curse the Habitat for Humanity. I curse everything to do with low income. I curse everything. And we just like, okay, whatever. So they end up giving them that $35,000, and we walk away basically with like $20,000, which was not what we expected at all. So that's the good and the bad about Habitat. They expect you to live there for life. In other words, I think they expect you to stay poor for life, like to stay just be poor for the rest of your life. Or I don't even know what's the program work. If I have to do it all over again to sign up for Habitat, I will not sign up for the Habitat. I will work, save my kids' tax income that we get every year, save that money, and pay down payment, and go to the bank and get loaned. One loan where I know this is how much I owe, and this is how much I pay for monthly. No hidden fees, no playing background music that I don't know about, nothing. If I have to do it all over again. But I'm not going to say it's not a great program. It's a great program for somebody that don't have any choice to buy a house, but they want to be a homeowner. I would say go for it. But for people like me, I like to grow every day. Like I'm growing, my family's growing. I will not say I'm going to stay in the same house for 30 years at all. That's not going to happen, and it's not my goal. Plus, I'm not from here, so when my kids are grown, I want to go back to my country and make different there. So definitely, I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to stay in one house for that long. I need to see different places. I like to travel. So that's my Habitat experience. It was good and bad. I guess every situation comes with good, bad, and ugly. What else? I think that's about it. Now we're in the process of pushing our own home. It's just throw us back a little bit, but you know what? God is great, and I believe it was all God planned for us. So I'm not complaining. If you have a question, or if you are going through process right now, if you want to know something, if you have any question, I would be happy to answer any question really about the Habitat for Humanity. But again, if you have other option to buy a house from the bank or whatever, or mortgage investor or somebody, go for it. Work hard, because I'm a big believer. If you work hard with your two hands at something, and you earned it. Trust me, it feels much better, even if it's smaller than trying to get a hand out. Because when you get a hand out, you don't know if this hand is good hand or this hand trying to stop you in the back. So keep in mind, always work hard for what you want, and be faithful, and be grateful for what you have, and God will bless you with something wonderful. Like me, I know God has something beautiful in his storage, and when that day happen, I'm gonna come here, I'm share my story. I'm not a fancy YouTuber. I don't even have any YouTube equipment. I'm at work, so I just record on my phone. But when that day comes, I'm gonna come here and share with you. And I just want to encourage you, if you're going to process of a Habitat, keep in mind it's not free like they say. There is a hidden fees that we don't know about. Thank you so much. If you stumble on my videos and you watch them, thank you. I appreciate it. If you don't mind to click likes and subscribe, because this girl trying to grow and move up the chart. Okay. So thank you so much. God bless you. Peace.